Rattlesnake Mesa. This mesa, called Rattlesnake, was about a mile northwest from the Indian Agency behind Boardman's trading post. It wasn't as high as the surrounding mesas. Climbing it was fairly easy. The Navajos believed Rattlesnake Mesa to be the home of a giant grandfather rattlesnake and his family. The mesa was split into a thin wedge. In this deep crevice is where the snakes lived, they said. Everyone warned us, stay away from that mesa, don't go climbing there. We were told this again and again. But for Nana, Little Fat, and me, it had a special appeal. We were drawn to it. We could not help ourselves. We'd spend whole days up there. Never did we ever see a rattlesnake or any other kind of snake. The point we claimed was flat and faced west, toward the home of the Thunder Beings. Home of the Thunder Beings it certainly was. Majestic, alive, electrifying. Against the horizon, here and there, we'd see long dark shadows of rain falling earthward, like tattered spider webs, slashes of bright sunlight shining on red-orange mesas, zigzagging lightning streaking across the skies, too far away to hear the thunder. Small whirlwinds skittering this way and that way, like little cyclones. Mothers-in-laws, our people called them. As Nana, Little Fat, and I gazed over the great land, our hearts were so filled with the serenity, beauty, and power of it that often we small children had no conversation. Our eyes gave us memories, a magnificence to last a lifetime. This was our place. It was here that we left our marks forever. Here we scratched into rock our own legend. We inscribed our initials, our whole names. We chipped out our totems. Mine was a flower, 4 petals lifting toward the sun. Nana and Little Fat did animals. Mine was always the same, a flower, 4 petals toward the sun. We had seen pictographs and petroglyphs all over the reservation in special places. This rock art is a natural thing for children to do. It keeps you busy and interested because it's your ideas and your work. You may keep adding, or if you need to change something, you merely erase it. To erase, you use a flat rock and go over what you need to remove by rubbing, just like using an eraser. One particular summer day, we had a big brainstorm. We decided to work together on a large petroglyph. We thought a rattlesnake was most appropriate. We quibbled over how long it should be, where we would put it. Nana wanted it to be crawling westward, as if it were crawling off the mesa. Little Fat and I said it should be stretched out, as if it were sleeping in the sun. Now you know when rattlesnakes sun themselves, they like to stretch straight out. Nana agreed to that. In turn, we said she could mark the length of it. We were thinking 3 feet or so, like most real snakes. But no, Nina started marking and marking. Our snake was to be more than 8 feet long. Too long, Little Fat, and I protested loudly. Nana laughed at us, saying, "You said I could mark its length. If we were really going to do this, then we should do some important art, not just make a worm." Important art. We liked that. Nana was right. Thus began many, many trips up Rattlesnake Mesa that summer. We were entirely serious about this project. We went up to the mesa each day like going to a job. Nothing interfered with our work. Packing peanut butter sandwiches each morning, we were off for the day, not returning home until 4 p.m. Stop work whistle blew down at the engine house. It was then we'd quit whatever we were doing. We'd pick up our tools and hide them in a small crack, covering them with large rock. We would scramble back down Rattlesnake Mesa. Each day we went up, we made a little progress. We could see it. First, we lightly scratched out a snake's body, exactly as long as Nana wanted. Then a triangle head. About 18 inches from the head, we began the diamondback pattern. Down the long back, 3 inches long and 3 inches wide. 23 diamonds were scratched in. Very slowly, our rattlesnake began to take shape. After the preliminary sketching, we began our petroglyph in earnest. We had tools: Little Fat, a broken butcher knife and big nails; Nana, a long obsidian spearhead with a sharp point; I had a table knife and a fork from Auntie's kitchen. These wonderful gadgets were all we needed. We spoke of the ancient ones. Poor things, we said. No good scratching tools. What all would they have drawn if they had had big nails? As the days went by, our snake became more intricate. We double chiseled the lines on the diamond. We pecked out scales, starting from the head and stopping where the diamonds began. Little Fat was always half laying down as he drew out his work, saying he could put more force into his pattern that way. We scratched deep into the sandstone. This handsome snake will last forever. New people will think of its old, prehistoric. So we pecked even deeper. Yeah, yeah. One day, Nana's older sister Biggie popped up over the mesa. We could see what brought her curiosity. Biggie had more class than anyone we knew. She was 2 years older than me, considering herself a grown up already. She lived in books, not in life as we did. The more she read, the older she became. Biggie was very old. We paused in our work on the wonderful snake, big smiles of greetings on our faces. Ho, Biggie! Someone of importance had arrived to view our art. In expectation, we sat back on our heels, waiting for her approval and admiration of our snake. Biggie slowly circled our snake, looking hard. Tossing back her beautiful dark hair, squishing her eyes, she became an art critic. Ugh, this is ugly. Ugh, its belly is too big. Did it swallow a deer? Her voice pitched higher in disgust. Ugh, are those ears on its head? She looked each of us in the eye. This is how you're wasting your summer, dilly-dallying, digging in sandstone? You crazies. She whirled, vanishing off the mesa. We could hear her hollering as she skidded down the loose rocks. We didn't move. We couldn't. She'd stunned us with insults. We were crushed, but not for long. She's jealous of our snake, whispered Nana. Ha, she wouldn't even know how to do what we've done, little fat. Who cares what she thinks? This is the best snake ever. Me. Yeah, who cares what she says? This is our own handsome snake. We made it. It's ours. This beautiful snake will tell everybody who sees it that the great grandfather of all rattlesnakes lives inside this mesa. The snake bonded us closer.